Oh my goodness. Alright. Had to get gas, had to run around. Now I can actually do the motovlog like 5 minutes in, or however long it's been since I've started this jazz. Well, hello everybody on YouTube. It's the Wingnut, and as you can see, I'm riding around. So, oh my goodness. So I appreciate everybody's comments and whatnot on the last video. I greatly appreciate the interactions on social media. And I wanted to try to do something a little different today. I was like, well, how can you do anything different? You ride on a motorcycle and you talk. Well, yeah, you got a point. So, today's video. So, I was talking about motorcycling and whatnot, and as you guys know from previous videos, I'm the motorcycle safety guy for my command and kind of like the oversight for several other commands. I'm in no way, shape, or form like super important. I'm just a guy that looks at the paperwork and talks to folks about safety. And it's a collateral duty. It's not my main job, but I actually enjoy it. And you know, from other videos you guys have heard me talking about doing rides and so on, setting them up. Well, I got to looking at some statistics. Statistics. Jesus, I can't English today. And I can't talk. And what they were finding was, like, over the last couple years, as far as motorcycle safety is going, fatalities have been gradually going down, which is awesome. So awesome. It's like, yay! Here I'm talking about motorcycle safety, taking my hands off the bars. But you have to understand, like, if you ride a motorcycle, and I do mean like a lot, or commute, chances are you know somebody on a motorcycle that's been in an accident. You yourself have been in an accident, and you know, God forbid, somebody you know has died while riding their motorcycle. I got a couple. It's definitely a riskier form of transportation, but you know, it is what it is. We all know this. If you're an avid motorcycle rider, you know, like, everybody's going to tell you how much riskier it is. Everybody's going to tell you what's going on. You can just type in motorcycle in your local news to see if there's a new, you know, any local news, and you'll just see accident, fatality, seriously injured. All right, and because it's sensational. So you have that. But statistically, over the last couple years, trending from 2017, 2018, 2019, it's been getting better. And I think a lot of that has to do with motorcycle riders riding a little bit more with their heads on a swivel. I think it's the training programs. I think it's, you know, all the little things that we do every single day to make ourselves better riders. And as well as the cagers are becoming better at paying attention to what's going on around them sometimes. But I was looking at some data from the early part of this year when, you know, COVID struck. And I can't speak to this on my own because I was deployed during the, you know, up until beginning of August, and I left back in January, so I didn't have to deal with it. But apparently a lot more stuff's happening. A lot more cases of accidents, a lot more cases of people speeding excessively. And I'm not just talking about motorcycles, I'm talking about motorcycles and cagers. A lot more people driving with risky behavior, like distracted driving. So when all this kicked off, I was deployed, and my wife was still working, and is still working at the company that she works at, and they had her going in every day. And she was telling me, like, I was getting messages on the ship, emails saying, hey, you know, I drove into work and I saw 2 other cars, and they were doing like 90 down Tidewater. If you guys have been down Tidewater in Norfolk, that is not a 90-mile-per-hour road. It's barely a 45-mile-per-hour road. But it is what it is. you know. So she had talked about that. And then when I got back, you know, things were pretty locked down on the military side of things. And the amount of cars on the road was a lot different. And I noticed an uptick in people. I'm sorry, guys, I keep pausing, but things are happening around me, and I'm just making sure that I'm being okay. So I've noticed a lot more problems with people coming into my lane. I've noticed a lot more problems with, just distracted driving, or just bad driving habits, or in some cases dangerous. I wish I have a camera on my truck. I really do. As you would not believe how crazy it is. Like, it seems like people are giving me on the motorcycle a little bit more room, and then as I say this, some guy comes crawling up my ass. But for as far as the truck, man, people are crowding that diesel like nobody's business. And I'm not going to do 90 miles an hour on the interstate. I'm going to get over in the right lane, and I'm going to do, my speed limit. And then you can just pass on by. I don't give a shit. I don't have to get there so quick that I got to be there yesterday. Just not my thing. And to see that these numbers, going up and down, like I think they saw like a 85% or 105% increase in tickets in some areas for speeding or reckless endangerment, speeding over 100 miles an hour. And depending on where they cherry pick that information from, 105% increase in tickets in over 100 miles an hour in an area like, I don't know, Giles County, Tennessee, would probably be like 4 tickets. Whereas in a place like this, and that might be 100. So it is what it is. But the biggest thing that I like to stress is, try to be as safe as possible. Try to keep your eyeballs out. Keep a look what's going on. Give people room. If you're not a motorcycle rider and you're watching this channel, and you are going to be commuting near motorcyclists, give them space, please. A little bit front, a little bit behind. They're not making that gap. Kind of like big rigs. We're not making that gap. You know what? Blah, 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 blah. This is the way I need to go. All right, I'm good. I forgot this doesn't go straight anymore. As far as safety goes, just try to be safe, is what it is. Now that I've got the whole I'm a safety guy thing, let's talk about something that pops up a lot. ATGATT. All the gear, all the time. I do wear it. That's me. And it was something that pops up all the time on all sorts of forums and discussions and everything else. Everybody wants to talk about, well, such and such was riding their motorcycle and they weren't wearing the proper safety gear. Well, let's be honest. It bothers me that people don't wear the correct safety gear when they're riding, but that's my problem. I wear the correct gear for me. They wear the correct gear from them. There's not a lot you can say past that. I mean, they're adults. Now, if it's a child riding a motorcycle, there are specific rules to that. There's extra laws for that if you guys didn't know. But I would prefer that, if you're going to ride with me on my motorcycle, which there's only one person that does that, and that's Mrs. Wingnut, it's full gear. That's my personal choice. If someone wants to be an adult and make the adult decision to wear their mankini and flip-flops and their chromed out bucket and ride like that, I would advise them against it, but that's them. So, if you guys, it's that time, it's getting to be cold in some places, the leaves are changing and people are talking more about the usual stuff. I can't tell you one way or the other with that. But what I can talk about is something I want to do with the channel. So remember, like way back, like God knows how long ago. If you haven't, I've talked, if you haven't been watching for the last 4 years of my tiny little non-existent channel, you probably don't know that I've been wanting to do a group ride, and I've been wanting to do it. Now, we're in a different standard for doing stuff as far as the Navy and COVID, but I think I can do a small group ride for some of my local followers who want to come on out, subscribers or whatever you want to call yourself. That guy I had a beer with one time, and I don't know. But the thing is I'd like to do that. I've been wanting to do that since I started the channel. But when your wife and your mom's your only subscriber for like the first 6 months, it's really hard to do a group ride. And here I am 4 years later with just over 400 subs. And I'm not complaining. I was never going to make any money doing this. This has always just been for fun. And there for a while I kind of hurt myself with it. But I want to do something fun, damn it. And I'm deploying again next year. And I want to pack some fun in. So what I want to do is I want to do a group ride. And what I want to do is I want to set up the group ride. Let's go mid-December. We'll go mid-December. I'll put out the dates on social media, as well as in the next video I do once I figure it out. Because I need to. It's going to be chilly. It's December. But I ride year round. Just wear the gear. Put on some long johns. Come on out. Woo! I want to meet somebody in an open parking lot where we can go out and do stuff. I want to run a fun road. And I figure mid-December, a lot of the leaves and stuff won't be on the road as bad. But yeah, I'd like to do a group ride. I think that'd be fun. And it's open invitation. Whoever wants to come on out. Because it's probably going to be a cooler time, it's not going to be super duper long. I'm not going to do 170 miles in a day, but I'm thinking it'd be really cool to ride the the Knott's Island Ferry. I almost said Knoxville. The Knott's Island Ferry, and I gotta turn on Elbow Road. Yep. So take the Knott's Island Ferry and go and get some barbecue at Currituck Barbecue. So it will have to be an RSVP event, just so I know how many people to expect, because depending on how many people show up changes what we can do. And if I promise you this, I will make this promise right now on recording, that if I go, wow man, I have not been down Elbow Road before. Definitely not on a motorcycle, not that I can remember. This is kind of pimp. And you got the lake right there. Wow. All right, I'm sorry, squirrel. Yeah, man, I am all over the place today. Oh my goodness. So yeah, RSVP is what we'll do on that. I'll put all the details in the event. I'll put it in Facebook. I'll link it in Instagram and Twitter and all the other ones, as well as put more information up on here, just so I can have an idea how many people show up, because depending on how many people show up depends on whether or not I'm going to have to rope in some friends to help me corral folks. Now, and I will say this on camera right meow. If no one shows up to the ride, I am still going to do the motherfucking ride, because I set it up and I'm going to ride it. And if I ride it by myself, I will put that pathetic ass fucking video on the internet in its entirety, full length, from the moment of disappointment until my return home. Why, you may ask? Because fuck it. What else am I gonna do? It's not the Rona. You know, and that it is what it is. I hopefully, because I'm going to do it in the middle of the week. You know what? Fuck it. Nah, I ain't going to do it in the middle of the week. I'm going to do it in the weekend. I want to try to get as max participation as possible, and try to go out and have myself a good time. This is really awesome. I got to remember this. It's pretty. You know, and I'm having way too much fun. Oh, way too much fun. What is the speed limit through here? I'm going 45. I'm enjoying myself. What's the speed limit? It is 45! Hell yes! And a bug hits me in the face. That's what I'm talking about. What? I completely forgot what I was doing. Alright guys, well hey, it's the Wingnut. Oh, I gotta figure this out for this group ride. I want to do it before Christmas. I definitely not gonna be able to do it prior to that, because I need time to plan it. I need time to figure out the route. I need to see if I can't scare up a tail gunner. So you know, we got everything covered, and yeah, you know, I gotta do some planning. It's the Wingnut. Like, dislike, subscribe. Oh, don't forget the notification bell. That really helps us out a lot with getting some more traffic. And you know, feel free to comment if you guys have an idea of something you want to see, or somewhere you want to go, or what you want to do in the Hampton Roads area or somewhat nearby. I'm willing to go do it and see it, talk to you about it. So it is what it is. Alright, it's the Wingnut again. Have a good one.